Hi guys! So today I wanted to talk about my top 3 mistakes that I've made on a high carb low fat vegan diet. So I've gained a lot of weight on a high carb diet, I have lost a lot of weight on a high carb diet, I have been all over the board with eating, you know, more whole foods, more whole fats, very little fat, eating starch based, eating fruit based, eating like everything, because it really did take me a long time to figure out exactly what worked for me. So I just wanted to share with you guys the top 3 things that I think I've learned along the way and what has helped me lose the most amount of weight and just made me feel my best. So the number 1 thing that I screwed up with was eating like way beyond satiation. So when I first started, I was eating literally like 3,000 plus calories a day. I wasn't exercising at all. I'd come from literally like taking Adderall every day, smoking every day, drinking every day, just a very unhealthy lifestyle, and thinking that like my body could handle eating that much food, and really thinking that, you know, you cannot gain weight eating as many carbohydrates as you possibly can, because you really can, and I've seen thousands of girls do it. So the point of eating carbohydrates is eating as much as you want till you're satisfied, but not stuffing yourself, not like turning it into a binge eating disorder. There's a big difference. And somebody who works out a lot, like back when I first started, I was very unhealthy, I was very overweight, I like didn't have any levels of fitness, things like that. My body literally couldn't handle that many calories. Now that I'm cycling up a mountain every other day and I use my bicycle as transport, so it's how I get from point A to point B and everywhere I go, I get so much more fitness and my metabolism is so much more revved up. I used to literally be like freezing all the time because my metabolism like did not work at all, and now I'm like burning hot all the time. Like my metabolism is through the roof, and that is just from consistent exercise, proper hydration, proper sleep, getting enough carbohydrates, eating low fat, and eating as much as my body needs, and not thinking, you know, like, oh, I can eat as much as I possibly can and I'm never ever gonna gain weight, because it is possible, especially if you're unhealthy. Your body just really can't handle that much food. So there's a difference between eating as much as you possibly can and eating as much as you want and how much is satisfying. So my number 1 tip is eat as much as you want and as much as is satisfying for you, and that is the number 1 thing. You have to eat as much as you want, because if you try to starve yourself, if you try to undereat, it's all just going to bounce back. It's never ever going to be long term. It's not gonna be a lifestyle. The weight loss isn't gonna be long term. Your fitness is not going to stay high. Like, it's just never ever gonna work. So you have to eat as much as you want, and that's the only way that you're gonna make this lifestyle work. The second biggest mistake that I made was not exercising at all. So when I first came to the lifestyle, I was kind of just like, well, I can eat all these carbohydrates, they're not gonna make me fat, and you know, weight loss is like 90% diet, which it is, but fitness is also a very important aspect in creating a healthy body, creating a healthy life, and just having your body work at optimum levels all the time. So you really do need fitness. It doesn't have to be this crazy thing, which I always thought that it was. I thought that I'd have to have, like, you know, this like elaborate fitness routine that I'd have to follow strictly day in and day out, and do tons and tons of miles on my bike, or tons and tons of walking or running or whatever, things like that. All it is just use your body as transportation. So people are like, I can't exercise, I have no time to exercise, I can't fit it into my schedule, what's your advice? And it's like, stop using your car so much and start using your body to get where you need to go. And that's like all the fitness that you need. Back like when we were, you know, before we were very developed, before we had cars, before we had transportation, we used our bodies, and no one was overweight, because our bodies need to move. And the best way to do that is just use your bike or walk or do whatever to go get groceries. I highly recommend getting a bicycle. We have a baby cart that we attach to the back of ours that we throw all of our groceries in. It's literally the best thing for fitness. It's not even like you're working out at all. So just use your body as transportation, and that's my biggest tip ever. The number 3 thing that I really kind of screwed up with when I came to this lifestyle was worrying about all the damage that I had done in the past, and thinking, you know, that I would have to like heal myself, eat 100% raw, or do, you know, like juice fasts, or do certain things to cleanse my body, and that I needed to like supplement with all these crazy things like maca and acai and all these vitamins and all this stuff to get all the essential nutrients and amino acids and all that stuff that my body needed. That is like the biggest mistake that I see people do 100% of the time. You can get every vitamin, mineral, nutrient, amino acid, omega-3, whatever, from whole plant foods, from starches, vegetables, fruits, and a little tiny bit of whole fats. You can get everything that your body needs. So just eating lots of variety, eating, you know, lots of different starches, lots of vegetables, lots of fruits, and a little bit of fat here and there is totally fine. You don't need to supplement with anything. It's not even necessary at all, except for maybe like vitamin B12, which is just something that everyone is pretty much deficient in. But don't worry about like zinc or iron or all these crazy things. Your body needs time to balance itself out when you go on this lifestyle. It needs time to rebalance its hormones, to get healthy again. You just have to give it the proper foods. So just make sure that you're eating a variety of foods. Don't stress out about it. You're getting plenty of calcium, plenty of zinc, plenty of iron, plenty of all the things that you need. As long as you're eating as much as you want and you're eating a variety of foods, you will be totally fine. So those are my top 3 mistakes that I made on a high carb vegan lifestyle. Hopefully this is helpful for you guys to not make them as well. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys because I get asked about it a lot, and it really is like something that I wish that I could tell my younger high carb vegan self when I first went vegan. So I am just done at the dog park now, and I'm going to bring these guys back home and probably do some stuff on YouTube.